What's up, everybody? It's Remedy Israel again. Wasn't able to finish that last video because they cut me off on 15 minutes. I'm still at the 15-minute limit. So I was talking to you guys about unhealthy food, the shrimp and everything like that, the shellfish and stuff like that. Actually, if you did not know, there is something called paralytic shellfish poisoning and neurotoxic shellfish poisoning. And all of these are coming from the saxitoxin that exists within that shrimp or shellfish. Now, what can happen is you can actually, anywhere up to 12 hours after the consumption of it, you may, everybody doesn't get it, but it is a possibility. Between those, up to the 12 hours after you ate it, in the most severe cases of paralytic shellfish poisoning, some people have gotten complete paralysis and total shutdown of the respiratory system, and and just died from the respiratory system shutdown and the failure. So these foods out here are very, very, very innocuous and very, 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 very harmful to us. So we need to be very, very, very careful on what we're eating and what we're doing. And you can get the neurotoxic shellfish poisoning and the paralytic shellfish poisoning. And you can get that complete paralysis, etc., 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 respiratory system failure and shutdown, and you may possibly die. But in most cases of the paralytic shellfish poisoning, in less severe cases, about after the 12 hours, their symptoms start to decimate and weaken and lessen, and then the symptoms will have totally been reversed and brought back to its regular system of operation or system of functioning, level of functioning, I mean. After about 3 days, all your symptoms will disappear. But do you want to take the chance? Look what these animals are eating. Look what the shrimp eats. You are what you eat. And there are two chemicals inside the pig. I was talking about the pig. This is part 2 to health. Is it putrescine and putrescine? These are flesh, these are chemicals inside the pigs that actually eat or destroy, destroy your body, destroy the human system. And then, even we need to have a big reduction on our meat consumption, because on a microscopic level, we do not know when we're cooking these foods that all of the blood is out of it. And what does blood, what resides in the blood? Diseases, the poisons, etc., etc., etc. Every single thing that's inside an animal that is not good for you, the diseases live inside the blood. So we cannot tell when we cook the food. Nobody splits the whole meat open all the way 100% and look and everything. And even if you do, on a microscopic, there could be blood there that you just can't see. Humans don't have good eyes. Our little 20/20 vision isn't doing anything. Our little 20/20 vision is not doing anything. But yeah, we need to basically rethink our diet. We need to rethink our diet. And also, without not even just talking about the blood, what about the poisons, the steroids and everything that they're pumping in these foods? So it's not just about the saxitoxin, that a natural ingredient that exists inside certain foods and stuff like that. What about the chemicals that they're adding in there and putting in there? Saxitoxin, it's a poison, and it exists inside these shellfish. But what about the poisons that aren't natural to the animal itself or whatever? What about the steroids and all of these dyes and everything that's going into all these foods and everything like that? It's very, very harmful to us. to our thinking and everything. I guarantee it's already been proven that once you become a vegetarian, I don't know how long it takes. I mean, it's obviously on a second by second change, so on a level so low, it's under your radar of consciousness. So let us rethink the way that we're eating. All these foods are just horrible. So you need to actually see what food, see the ingredients, start getting becoming familiar with these chemicals, because these foods are just not any good. I mean, the meat, oh man. Like, I just ate some meat. Oh yeah, yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I just ate some deer meat, and now this deer meat came from my granddad. So that means there are no added chemicals from no factory, no anything. So if you're gonna be eating meat, now the reason why meat is so innocuous to us, why it's so deleterious to our health, why it's so harmful to our health, is because this meat didn't just get a man or a woman didn't just go up to this animal, a cow, and just chop its head off, and then didn't put no chemicals in it. They have to put these, because they work on a big level, so they have a mass production, so they need to have chemicals that can do some mass preserving of these mass products and meats and all this stuff. So they add all these things in there to it, and it destroys the stomach, the lining in your stomach, all these steroids that they're pumping into the meat. So we need to think better. To have good health, you need to have good blood. To have good blood, you need to be eating good food. To be eating good food, you need to be doing your research on which foods are good and which foods aren't. You need to cut your meat consumption in half. Probably even more than that. But remember, soon as you start digesting these meats, what happens is almost, I don't want to say instantaneous, but it might as well be, because it's only several minutes after the consumption of the meat, the assimilation of the meat inside your alimentary canal, to where you start seeing the constriction of the blood vessels and the veins and arteries. You start to see a constriction, so it constricts it. So if it constricts it, that means that the nutrients are not passing through the blood and everything is not getting where it needs to be going. And then also, even the lightest meats, it's been found in some studies that it lasts in your body for 4 days. So put it like this: Monday you wake up, you eat some food, you eat some meat, you eat this, you eat that, or whatever, you eat some meat. It already lasts in your body for 4 days. So that means you're going to sleep. Still, your body's digesting food. So that means you're not being recharged at the rate and the optimal level that you should be. And then Tuesday you wake up. And I remember, Monday you ate the meat, right? You wake up Tuesday, you still have the meat in you. And you wake up on Tuesday and you still eat more food and more meat. Now you're putting your body on a double duty to break down all that crazy stuff, and all those meats are so toxic to your liver, and the chemicals that they add in them, are you just destroying yourself? We're destroying ourselves. But it's just crazy, the things that exist inside these meats. These meats, it can be shown that the arteries and veins automatically constrict. So that means nothing is getting where it needs to be going. Nothing. It's crazy. When you look at all these chemicals they're putting into it, and we have to, there needs to be we need to rethink our language when it comes to food and every single thing like that. We need to just stop eating for taste. And mind you, these vegetables and all these, this stuff can be greatly seasoned beautifully, wonderfully, and everything could be good. But if you're doing poor eating habits, if you're implementing poor eating habits into your regimen, your daily regimen, slowly but surely, and the change is going to be so slow that you're not even going to even notice it. That's the thing. So I recommend you to do great research. This will benefit you and your family. Let's bring our focus and our level of functioning to its highest optimal level. Because if not, you're, let's say for instance, you're at a 60% functioning rate or level. Why shouldn't it be closer to a 90 or a 95? And our liver is 96% water. So that means you need to be drinking water. And avocado is a very, very, very beneficial thing for the liver and everything like that. It moisturizes the whole body, and it keeps it doing what it needs to be doing. Oh yeah, I was on that. Oh yeah, Monday you eat food, you wake up Tuesday, it's with the meat, you wake up, it's still inside you. You eat food again, you eat meat. Wednesday you wake up in the morning, though, that meat from Monday is still inside you. And it may even last till maybe Wednesday or Thursday or something like that. But the point is, we're still eating while food has still not been digested. So that means that food is just inside you rotting. That's literally what that means. We eat way too much food, and we snack even when we're not eating and everything. And we just even when we're not eating meals, we're snacking. But it's we need to definitely change the way that we're doing everything. All that food you're eating, it's staying inside you, especially the meats. These meats, they're staying inside you and making sure that you don't get a good sleep at night. Making sure of it. Add one more thing before this video is over. Make sure you wash your pillows regularly. Let's do regular washing of the pillows. Even more than you're doing right now, because remember that they have dust mites and things like that poop on your pillow at night. And piss and poop on your pillow at night, which can cause allergic reactions, drying of your mouth. That's the number one reason. I mean, we're breathing with our mouth open mostly when we're sleeping and stuff like that. But another reason why we have the drying is because it's like the drying of the piss from the dust mites and the poop, the drying of that, and then the inhaling of it from us can cause dry mouth and a whole bunch of other symptoms and everything like that. And they may be light where you're gonna go to sleep and wake up like, oh my God, what the hell happened? But I mean, you're still gonna be greatly affected. So let us think very, very, very prudently on what we're doing with our world. Let us think very, very, very prudently. Well, the world, and specifically the food, our system, our alimentary canal, our digestive food tract, our digestive tract. And this is about it. I didn't get to finish that last video though. But yeah, all these meats, the best meats for you would be the meats that have, or the animals that have more than one system, that chews the cud, that has a splitting of the hoof. Because with the splitting of the hoof, sometimes the characteristics come with the chewing of the cud. And with the chewing of the cud, the animal eats the food, brings it into its stomach, then brings it back up to chew again and chew again and chew again, then takes it down again and chews the cud, or spits it back out again, regurgitate it and chews it up. And then if it's not even that, those clean animals, they have several stomachs to digest the food and repurify it and digest it again and repurify it, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So let us remember these things. Dr. Laila Afrika just died. Rest in peace to him. And Dr. Sebi has already died a while ago. So let's not let their deaths be in vain. Yeah, and their life, everything that they did in their life. Let's not let it be in vain. So this is Remedy Israel. I'm just coming to you, bringing you more information, trying to make your sense of awareness greater. Pay attention to what's going on. Put good food inside you. For you to have good thoughts, you need good blood. For you to have good blood, you need good food. It will raise your level of awareness and intelligence. So, goodbye, everybody. Love you, Pukura. Have a good day. Peace and love. Peace.